Welcome to another Tantalizing Tuesday. This is your girl, Shanique Marie with Ask Marie, with the Chronicles of Chocolate Syrup will heal your mind, your body, and your soul. And you know I can't forget my co-host, the best co-host in the world, Miss Missy Buchanan.
Hey, people.
So we are back, honey. So check this out. It has been an interesting few weeks, and if you guys missed it, I had a gentleman that went to a protest, and he was called the N-word, and that for him was real traumatic. And so I've gotten a lot of feedback based on that. A lot of DMs. I can say that being called the N-word in your face for the first time, I think he handled it very well.
That's good.
Yeah. And so this week I wanted to kind of talk about the mental health aspect of keeping yourself balanced during this time, and the things that, we're doing. Because not only, we talked about this before, but we were just talking about it in essence of the corona.
Right.
When you talked about it a couple months ago.
Yes.
Now it's the corona.
Yes.
And almost like a race war.
Yeah.
At this point. I think the tone has been set, and I think some things are going to be changed. Because I remember with Rodney King.
Yes.
It was protesting. But I think it lasted for a couple of weeks. This has been a little while. This is not going anywhere. And I also think the popularity of social media is making it so that it's not.
Right.
Because we are steady posting things, and we're steady having reminders. And when I said before, when a young man was on here, and you can help me speak on this, everybody are not foot soldiers.
Right.
Everybody aren't speakers on a podcast about this subject. Everybody don't have the money to back the people being put in jail to get them out.
Right.
I think that you have to know your part. You should definitely have a part.
Right.
And so what kind of parts do you think other people should have, sis?
I'm glad you asked that question, because you're right. Everyone is not a foot soldier. Everybody doesn't feel comfortable marching and walking out there and holding up signs. And it's not that they don't feel comfortable, but everybody has their own, do it according to who you are, according to how you feel that you can make a difference.
Right.
I believe my responsibility is to help my people be healthier, help my people find their purpose, find their passion, find their path with, if their desire is to start a business, motivate and encourage them in that way, and to support my people by, buying products or taking part in their services that they're offering. That's my part. That's what I believe.
And I totally.
And I had a conversation several weeks ago. When Ahmaud got murdered.
Yeah,
or was murdered. And my daughter, she was so emotional about it. My daughter's 15, and she was so emotional. And she was showing me something on her phone about, a march that was happening. And it was something that they were chanting. I can't remember what they were chanting. And I started chanting it as well. And she thought I was playing. She thought I was mocking what was happening. And she was angry with me. She immediately shut down, and she immediately became angry with me. And she sent me this long text. I never told you, but she sent me this long text message and saying, that could have been her uncle, that could have been her cousins, that happened to. And, why was I mocking? And I said I wasn't. And I said, it's so many ways that you can support Black Lives Matter. And it's not just marching, it's not just protesting, it's not just making a speech.
Mm-hmm.
You can support the Black Lives Movement by making a footprint in this world.
Come on. As an African American individual, as a person of color. And I told her, I said, I am making a footprint in this world by growing my business, by being healthier or getting healthy so I can have longevity, so I can show you how to eat better, how to be healthier, so I can inspire and motivate other people to do the same. That's making a mark in this world as a Black person, as a Black woman. And even to go a little deeper than that, because you were chanting, you were embodying the essence of change.
Yes.
And that's why it's so much of the essence of the spirit of Jesus and the spirit of Buddha, Muhammad, is because of essence, because people acknowledge them and give them that praise. Does it make sense? Because anything that you've done, the essence of it transfers energy. And that's why as a Reiki practitioner, Reiki master, I can send energy because everything's about energy. So in that moment, because you were saying a chant, you were embodying and you were giving homage and honor to that protest.
But she was so filled with emotion
that she couldn't see
hurt.
that. Yeah.
And I think that was her first time ever impacting her that way, that she didn't know. Maybe that's not what she wanted from me. Maybe I was just supposed to look at what she was showing me and not say anything. But I was moved by what she was showing me. But she took it as a negative. But I'm glad it happened so we can have that conversation, so I can tell her that it's much more than a protest.
Absolutely.
It's not a one-time thing. It's a lifetime thing.
And you setting up yourself, you're setting up other people for success.
Exactly.
And what you're teaching them is the essence of self-love, the essence of loving on themselves, the essence of saying that I can do. Even though I have these limitations out here. I can be a successful business owner. I can be healthy, whole, and complete with the things that I do every day.
Even in a box, because we're almost living in a box right now. So even living in a box, when I say living in a box, being quarantined, the world has kind of limited itself because of COVID-19. Even through all of those adversities, you can still push through and create something.
I agree. I agree. And so when you explained that to her, what was her reaction after she had an understanding of what you were actually doing? Like what was her response? Like, how did she...
Well, my daughter's very passionate, and she feels like she has something to say to me. She doesn't mind saying it. And I didn't like that she texted it to me, but she told me she sent me the text because if she had told me in my face, she would have cried. So
that's so cute.
Yeah,
and I mean, she was really
it really bothered her, and it hurt me so much because even that night she had came and got in my bed, and I had fallen asleep, and she was still up watching TV, and I woke up and she was crying. I was like, "Are you crying?" And that's when she was like, that could have been Uncle Derek, and that could have been Trey or Kiki, and it broke my heart for her.
Yeah.
Because if she feels like that, other young people are feeling the same way.
Absolutely. And what's interesting is that because of social media and the impact that it has, like we didn't hit, it wasn't hit, for us so hard because we weren't constantly watching the news like our parents. We wasn't constantly, but social media, if you're on your computer, if you're on your phone, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, all this stuff is out there and it's in your face.
It's in your face.
So they can't.
It can't be.
They can't. It's there at all. And it's almost like, and I think sometimes people are like so overwhelmed by everything that it signifies, and even knowing that certain people went through these things. And we didn't have that overwhelmingly constantly. And again, that's why I think this conversation is important.
Right.
And I think that's important what you said about your child. And I think we need to make sure we're checking on our children.
Yeah.
You know, making
Right.
sure we're asking them, how do you feel about it? What do you think can be done? What do you think you can do?
That's so true.
And all the answers could be different.
Yeah.
Because I've spoken with some young people, 18, 19, 20, 21, that's been out there protesting. And I've spoken to some young people that's making songs and poems. And, you know, they talk about being doctors. You know, if so many of us be in these positions and we can change certain things, I mean, that's their mindset, and that's what their mindset should be. Wow.
I really believe all of this is going to move people, into a positive direction. Now, a lot of anger was there, but that anger is going to turn into something else.
If it's utilized in a healthy manner, because some of them are letting overwhelm them. Majority of them, thank God, they are actually utilizing their passion in appropriate ways, and even have a conversation with their moms. trying to wake you up.
She read me.
She trying to wake you up.
Oh
my goodness. But on that note, guys, we're going to be back and we're going to continue this conversation, and hopefully, you know, we all can learn something to say. This is Shanique Marie and your girl,
Misty Buchanan.
Yes, and we'll be right back on 72.9 The Voice. Ask Marie. Peace.
You always wearing them glasses. You don't want to let no sucker look you in your eyes, huh? Better charge them eyelashes. You love what you do with a passion. Ooh, that trash. I f with you, girl.
All he wanna do is gas me. How we end up in the backseat, just tryna get to the bag. We on the same page, you the same way. Only keep the fam around me, so let me know what it's gonna be. I don't plan on getting no sleep while we doing nothing, moving too fast. Candy paint with the windows all black, seats creme brulee. What they gon' say? With the top down, screaming money, anything. We up till 6 in the morning. When the sunrise, we'll be on it. Ooh, I got 5, you know it's all live. Tell me when to go, baby, when we gon' slide. Baby, when we gon' slide. Hey, hey. Up all night, baby, when we gon' slide. Oh, yeah, yeah. Baby, when we gon' slide, 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 slide. Care if we on a run, nothing matters when we one-on-one. Looking at us cause we going dumb. We on the same wave, you the same way. You know I'll be down if it's with you. Where we going, baby, what's the move? We should take a trip up to the moon. Get a room, doing nothing, moving too fast. Candy paint with the windows all black, seats creme brulee. What they gon' say? With the top down, screaming money, anything. We up till 6 in the morning. When the sunrise, we'll be on it. Ooh, I got 5, you know it's all live. Tell me when to go, baby, when we gon' slide. Baby, when we gon' slide. Hey, up all night, baby, when we gon' slide. Hey, up all night, baby, when we gon' slide. Up all night, baby, when we gon' slide.
400. I need a vacation. I need my in an apron. Booty all out cooking bacon. Orange juice and ace, so we drinking. I only come out when the stars out. I'm on a mission, but we fall out. The city talking with a large mouth. Yeah, they after the boy like Fallout. 400. Drop it, give me 50, girl. Drop it, give me 50. You should slide with me, cause you be tripping when you miss me. You gon' hold me close and on your neck gon' be a hickey. I ain't gotta do too much, I know what get you sticky. I ain't gotta know astrology, I know your vibe. Skip the footplay, you don't let with your mind. I ain't giving out apologies when I'm behind. Then up the seats of the brand new ride.
Moving too fast, candy paint with the windows all black, seats creme brulee. What they gon' say? With the top down, screaming money, anything. We up till 6 in the morning. When the sunrise, we'll be on it. Ooh, I got 5, you know it's so live. Tell me when to go, baby, when we gon' slide. Baby, when we gon' slide. Hey. Up all night, baby, when we gon' slide. Hey, up all night, baby, when we gon' slide. Up all night, baby, when we gon' slide.
Then up the seats of the brand new ride.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This is Ask Marie with 72.9 The Voice with Divine and Misty in the building. That's her Instagram handle, y'all. Listen, the sisters out here doing big things. And I can appreciate the fact that you were saying you were trying to teach people how to be healthy, because that is part of the mental health.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Balance and trying to make sure you're getting enough sun. And I notice a lot of times you're outside exercising. And I think that's important. Just the magnetic pull of the sun, being out there with the trees, is going to give you a certain type of lift.
Yes.
You know, and a kind of feel good energy that being in the house just doesn't do.
Right.
Just making sure that we're checking to make sure that we're not getting too comfortable in the house, because that's easy to do.
Oh, yeah.
That is so easy to do, especially when we're so used to it at this point.
Right.
Because at this point, what it say, 60%, 70% of the world still isn't working.
Right.
You know, and I've actually known some cases that, you know, were closed. Oh my God. So let's talk about D.L. Hughley.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he didn't have any
symptoms.
I mean, come on. They said he was just on stage, was doing the show, and just fell out.
Yeah.
That's
right. It's real.
It's real. And what's interesting is that he was like, well, I ain't coughing.
Right.
This brother said he didn't have a fever. He wasn't coughing. He was breathing fine. And they said the only reason he fell out because he was dehydrated. And then they were able to see the symptoms and identify things in his body. But prior to that, nothing. I mean, so what? Like,
it makes you think.
Yeah, and I mean, are we walking around with it?
Right.
You
exactly.
know?
Exactly.
And I was talking to one of my girlfriends, and she said she felt that some of her people in her family had it before it became. So the COVID-19,
right.
you know, before it became a name, because she was saying that her people went to the doctor's office and they didn't identify the symptoms, which is similar to COVID. They couldn't identify it as the flu.
Right.
They just didn't, but they were like not breathing well. They were tired and their throat was hurt, things like that, but they didn't identify it. And so do we know because we're not doctors, we're not nurses, we're not in the medical field, but do we even know if you catch it one time, could you catch it again?
Right.
You know, I heard one of my friends is a nurse, and I think that she said that it was believed to be that if you had it one time, you wasn't going to get it again. But how do we know?
Right. That's true.
I mean, you know, is it like, what is it? The measles? The chicken pox. When you had a chicken pox.
You never get
it
again.
Right. I mean, is it like that?
No.
Right.
I don't even know if they know.
And with that being said, you know, we're in North Carolina. North Carolina started to send out a mandatory, you know, alert, so to speak, that we're going to start wearing masks.
Yeah.
Like, in the masks are mandatory, like everywhere. That's interesting. Because I think they had like 700 new cases, 900 new cases in a day. I'm like, what? Like, what?
I think I'm glad. I'm really glad, because I don't wear mine all the time. If I go out, like if I'm out like Walmart, I will wear it. But if I go into a store and I know not many people are in there and no one's around me, I don't wear it. But yesterday I went to the dollar store and I was checking out, and this lady, older lady, she came and put her stuff down like in front of me. Like, you know how you come the opposite way. And she just put her stuff down. She was just talking to me and all in my face. I was like, oh
Wait a
my
minute, how
God.
was she?
She was like, she was holding my face. I was like, oh my God. Now, if I had my mask on,
You
I would have
would've
felt
been
more comfortable
yeah.
because she could have spit in my face, anything. Because you know when you talk, sometimes you spit. But I didn't feel any spit.
Thank God.
But when I went home, I immediately got in the shower. I really
you know
did.
what?
Well, first I got in the car and I covered myself in the blood of Jesus.
Hallelujah.
And when I got home, I got in the shower for real.
Okay.
And I had already taken a shower after
Let
I
me
worked
just take
out.
another one.
I took me a nice hot shower, honey, and I drank a shot of NutriBurst.
Okay.
For real.
Wow. And speaking of someone coughing on you, did you hear about the lady coughing on a baby?
Yes,
Like, who does that?
Was so sad.
I mean, did the baby end up getting sick? I mean, I didn't hear the rest of it.
The mom said that he got a slight fever afterwards, but it was nothing like major.
Okay. But imagine, though, as a mom.
I know.
I mean, what did the mom say? Did she say she wanted to fight him?
No.
I would have fought her. I'm just, listen. I'm like Mama Bear.
But she said it was a race issue because the mother and the child was Hispanic.
I did see that.
But the lady said that the lady was too close to her. But if you're in line and she has her baby in the stroller, it's gonna be the lady that did the coughing, the baby in the stroller, and then the mom is behind the stroller. So she probably didn't realize that she was too close to the lady because she wasn't too close. It was the stroller that was too close.
But she still was close to the baby.
Well, she intentionally went and coughed on the baby.
I mean, yes, she did.
Right.
I mean, but she still should have recognized the fact that she was too
She
close.
removed her mask to cough on the. Do you realize that?
No,
she had a mask.
Because when I seen it, it was like the black and white.
Yeah,
and then you really couldn't see.
The lady had a mask.
I just seen her face kind of going toward it, like in a coughing motion.
Right.
But she removed.
She pulled her mask down to do it.
That's deep.
But the store, Yogurtland, this was in California, wouldn't. Well, at the time, they said they were not going to release the video footage. But the person who interviewed her, the newsman, he saw it. He said it was intentional.
Wow. Intentional.
A lot of intentional things are happening in this world.
Come on.
And it's sad.
But what's interesting is just it's been sad.
It has been sad.
I mean, it's just sad.
It's just that we can see everything now.
Come on.
Before we may have heard about it in our immediate area, but now we see the
worldwide. It's like every
media.
day is something new, and it seemed like it's a whole lot, but it's probably decreased because of social media. I'm almost sure it has decreased, but I think it just seemed like it's so much more because we can see it.
Because we can see it.
And I am not in no way downplaying. Okay, listen. My fist is up, y'all. I'm no way downplaying the significance of what's going on and how it has hurt us as a people. Okay? But we're talking about, we can't even wear our hair the way we were born in some places. Like, they can get up and wash their hair and wear it straight, but if we get up and wash our hair, put us a little oil on it, and have us a fro, that's not acceptable. So what you're telling me is there's something wrong with me. That's what you're saying, in essence. There's something wrong with me. Wow.
That's sad. I just thank God I never had to endure that.
I think it had a news a woman that was a news anchor.
Yeah.
That lost her job. And I think she sued, didn't she?
I hope so.
And won. And I think if she didn't win the first time, I think she had to go back. That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Because you don't think that how I was born is okay, but you think that how your mother or how your sister or how your child hair is okay because that's who you are.
Right.
But our hair isn't, most of us, African American people. of the hue. Okay. Our hair isn't naturally straight. Even if it has a curl or what, it's just not naturally straight.
Right.
And so if we can lose jobs for how we look, a person that has a gun, come on, they always let us know then that we're not important. I don't even like how you look. I don't like how you look, so you can. I don't know. You can't have this job because your hair not straight like my wife or my daughter. Come on now. And then I ain't trying to get too deep, but real quick. And then we have our own people, because they've been so brainwashed.
Yeah.
They're looking at you with your natural hair and thinking there's something wrong with you. And this is how I was naturally born, out of the womb. This is my natural hair.
But it has gotten better.
It has gotten better.
A lot better.
But it's still there, though. And it still needs to be addressed, and it still needs to be talked about. And the only reason why they're not saying anything is because they say people going to jump all over them. But it's still some innate stuff that's in there. A lack of self-love of who we are.
That's true.
You know?
Right.
Come on now. It has gotten better. I mean, but the police shootings got better. I mean, if you look at some of the stuff that was actually, you know, the statistics, but it's still not good.
Yeah.
You know, it's not good. We're still dying. We're still raising girls and guys with low self-esteem because they don't look like the person, you know, on TV. You know, there's a lot more things on the TV now that says, but they're on the TV, but you still don't see it represent in a larger corporate America.
Yeah.
You still don't see a lot of these basketball players with women on their arm that look like that.
That's true.
And so the mentality is still there, because if you really change, it would change all the way across the board, not just in some arenas.
Right.
Does it make sense what I'm saying?
Right.
But anyway, hey, what I know. What I know.
Yeah, that's the individual.
Yes.
That's the individual.
And we will talk about the individual on the way back, guys. This is Ask Marie. And we will be right back. 172.9 The Voice. Peace.
If God took me away today, I pray I did everything I could to honor you. And when I open my eyes, there's joy each day. What a blessing, I'm waking up next to you. Your kisses are a sweet surprise. Still can't believe you're in my life. The impossible is possible because of you. Forever, I'll do anything for you. I will do anything for you. Heart and soul, I'll do anything for you. You are my life, one means us two. Yeah, yeah, I'll do anything for you. Time, don't wanna waste no more time on broken pieces from the past. We have now, nothing's better than right now. I'm committed to you, and you are to me. Yes, I'll do what it takes, right the wrongs of my mistakes. You give me air, you give me reason to keep on fighting. never know how far my love will go. All the sacrifices you made to change my life. Oh, you mean so much to me. I wish the world could see all the joy you bring to my life. I'll do anything for you. I will do anything for you. Anything for you, baby. I'll do anything for you. You are my life. Whatever you ask, whatever you want, I will do anything for you. Oh, I will do anything for you. Ask me, I'll do anything for you. You are my world. One means you're my peace of mind. Oh, when everything is wrong, you're right. Oh, you give me peace of mind, my everything, my. Anything for you. You are my life. One means us two. Oh, anything for you. Anything for you. Anything for you. I'll do anything for you. Yes. Anything for you.
Welcome back. Yes, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. This is your girl, Shanique Marie. And Misty Buchanan is in the building. We were just talking about just being kind of knowing who you are and understanding that we are changing, but the change kind of resides within us. And we have to continue to love on ourselves. We have to continue to sit in our power and do what we have to do, and not really get caught up in the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, because we can talk about how they don't appreciate us all day long. We can talk about how certain things about us is not accepted. We can talk about that from day in to day out. But Miss Buchanan said something very important and very pivotal earlier. Y'all know I like the word pivotal. I like how I roll off my tongue. Pivotal. And it's that, we have to be the best versions of ourselves, for our people.
Yes.
To be examples. Because even though they have opinions about us, what do we truly think about ourselves?
Right.
And so during this time of protest and during this time of COVID, and deciding, that we're going to wear our masks and be as healthy as possible, deciding how we were going to protest, or we're going to go out there on the front lines, or we're going to do, podcasts about it, or do blogs, or go out and exercise and have $1 million business. All of it is important if we're going to have, money contribute to the protest. Because you guys know that's how I met the young man that was on here, because I was dropping off some food. And so any little bit that we feel that we can do it. And it wasn't even about, I didn't know that situation was going to happen. I was just doing it because I felt like doing it. And it just felt like the right thing to do.
Right.
And it was hot. So I was like, let me get them some
Right.
water and some snacks and stuff,
Right.
And so it all depends on what feels good to you. A lot of people, get caught up in how other people, feeling what they think that we need to be doing.
Right.
But it's really about what you need to be doing. And so that brings back the focus of concentrating on our mental health.
Yes.
During this time. I think that's such a big area that we need to kind of focus on. And I hadn't really seen too many people talking about they've been depressed, but just because they don't talk about it don't mean that they are not. Because I've actually seen a number of people for different reasons in the past few weeks that says that because of all the stuff that's going on. And easily, that's what you said about your daughter. Imagine she didn't have you to talk to. Imagine if a person didn't feel comfortable enough to share these feelings. And most people don't.
Right.
Because most of the people don't have a Missy at home. Most people don't have a Shanika, because I'm all in their business. Like, hey, how you doing? How you feeling today?
Right.
Why you looking like that? You know? They don't have that, and they don't have people that pay attention to detail. Now, a lot of them do, but so many of us don't. Because if this was happening when I grew up, I don't know if I would have got that extra, like, how you doing?
Right.
And I'm very empathic, so I feel people feelings, I feel their energy, I feel their vibration, and I probably would have been a hot mess if I was living in today's time, you know. And I don't know if I would have even had anyone to talk to at that particular time about really how I felt. Right. And so, I mean, would you have anybody? Okay.
No, because my mom, that's just not what she does, you know.
And that's okay.
Right.
And the good news is, though, because of all of the information that is social media, so many people can find and reach out to different people like us,
right?
You know, which is easy to do nowadays. And I think that's a blessing. I absolutely think that's a blessing, because you actually have people you can kind of look up to, and even if you don't reach out to somebody, you can find something motivational and inspirational to listen to. So with that being said, and we're talking about mental health, I know that you exercise, and I know that you eat well. So what other stuff do you do, or what type of exercises do you think help reduce the most stress in your life?
I would say for those who are wanting to begin exercising to reduce stress, I would say walk. I would say walk, of course, outside if it's a good day to do it. If not, then, you know, it's been raining a lot, so just work out at home. Whether do something to make you feel better, because someone messaged me today on Facebook, and they were saying that they walked, and they were sharing that with me. And I said, you know, even if you don't get the opportunity to walk, because, you know, if you're on a road and you're outside walking, but then the weather gets bad, it's raining, then it throws you off. So,
it does.
I told him, even if you can't get out to walk, as long as you're moving your body, whether you're sitting still and moving your arms or moving your legs, that's still doing something. That's still contributing to your goals, because if it's elevating your heart rate, you're burning calories.
And look, mop the floor, clean out your closet.
Right.
That's what I start doing.
Something. You know, if you have stairs in your house, walk up and down the stairs. Something. If you see where you can't get outside to exercise, or if you can't exercise in the house, then that particular day, don't eat a whole lot.
Right.
You have to do something to burn calories
and balance
and reduce, you know, your calorie intake and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I would say.
Okay. And so what else do you do? So before you say that, I absolutely love walking. I went walking earlier today, and you know, typically I go out there and I walk fast, and I'm like, I had on my sweat belt, and it was like 99 degrees. Felt like y'all listen, it felt like it was 99 degrees, and I was like, okay. And so it wasn't a leisure walk, but it wasn't as fast as I typically walk. But I've heard different stories. I've heard, you know, speed walking is great, but then I heard that, you know, just moderate, like, walking is good. Because the time, after about 30 minutes, you start burning more fat. And if you walk faster, you'll get done quicker. What do you think?
Well, right now, I am in a fitness challenge, and all we do is exercise 30 minutes a day.
Okay.
It's 30 minutes of hell.
Okay.
So
she said, hell on earth, hell on earth. She said, Lord, would you be calling God, Jesus?
Oh, yeah. I do a lot of praying, but the results are showing on my body. So they're working. We don't use any equipment or anything. And I had just bought equipment since I can't get to the gym. And with this challenge, 21-day challenge, we're on week 2. We don't use any equipment, just our body. And, you know, my belly fat is decreasing. I can see the abs trying to pop
Okay.
through.
Come
and
on,
everything.
Abs. Come
and,
through.
You know, my leg muscle is, getting firm. So it's 30 minutes is enough if you're doing the right thing.
Okay.
And that we're also eating right. For those of us who are in the challenge who want to lose weight, then, no carbs.
Okay.
Don't eat after 7 o'clock. Make sure you drink a lot of water. And, of course, take your supplements. For those that's in the challenge that's wanting to gain weight, because everybody don't want to lose weight. Some people want to gain weight. Then you need to eat carbs. You need to make sure you're eating more, So it's it's a challenge to eat, because you have to eat to lose weight.
Okay.
And that's what I had to learn. Like my first week, I wasn't eating enough. I wasn't, getting my 3 meals a day and my 2 snacks. But now, I'm making sure I do that, even if, because I don't really like eating breakfast, but I have to make myself eat breakfast.
And actually, I'm doing the opposite. I'm doing intermediate fasting, and that's working for me. I've lost a couple pounds already, and so I'll eat around 1 or 2, and I won't eat until after 7. And so what happens is that your body go into a fasting period. Now I still have my snacks. I've had some smoothie today, and so it's all about maintaining your calories and eating within a certain calorie and so and it really helps, and it really when your body start going to fasting mode, it start burning stuff on your body. I said, well, look at that. And so I'm gonna not next time, maybe in like 3 weeks, I'll give an update on that, because we want to make sure we want to say, because everything, different people do different stuff,
right? And
I know when I did the Atkins was really good for me too, and that's low carb too, though, right? And so that's wonderful. And so what else do you like to do, like to stay balanced?
Honestly, I just like to do what makes me feel good. If I am working, doing something for my business, or just doing something, I guess, for my business.
Okay.
That's what makes me happy. If I'm not doing anything, then I'm feeling some kind of way. But I always try to do something that's going to make me feel good, to know that I am doing something productive to progress myself forward.
I like that. Yeah. I like to meditate. I go to the park a lot. I have a favorite rock that I sit on. Makes me feel warm inside. Right. Makes me feel warm. And I love walking in the park and looking at different shaped trees. I've seen a tree that look like it have lips on it. I've seen a tree that look like it has like legs and like a penis on it. It's just interesting stuff. Right. Seen the tree, it looked like it had like kind of waves, like ocean waves on it. I've seen like all kinds of stuff, and I just like just going out in nature and just being in I'm gonna say my element, because I feel very, very peaceful there. I like listening to reggae and like the Afro beats. I mean, so anything. Jill Scott. I mean, I just listen to a whole lot of stuff. I forgot about my girl. What is her name? I can see her face. She's standing in the doorway. She got on a long skirt with short hair. La 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 la, the words I sang. Dun, 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 dun. What is that song? Who is it by? Not Heather Headley. It was somebody that came out with her. Oh my gosh, she has short hair. Emotional Roller Coaster. Vivian Green.
Okay.
Yes, I love me some Vivian Green. She is such a beautiful artist. I listen to her a lot too. So it all depends, like you said, it all depends on the mood. Right. Sometimes I listen to Sade. So whatever. Sometimes I listen to Mary, Beyonce. Sometimes I listen to.
I don't have the only consistent schedule that I have right now is working out at 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay. For 30 minutes. Okay. That's my consistent schedule. Now everything beyond that, I do it as I feel like I want to do it. If I want to just sit down on the chair and do nothing, then I do that. Yes. Whatever I feel like doing is what what I do. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I like it a lot. Because we have to understand what we want and how we feel and what we need at a particular time. But on that note, y'all, this time is flying by. We got to go to a commercial break. This is Miss Steve Buchanan, the best co-host in the building, and your girl Shanique Marie. We'll be back. Peace.
The finest. As life goes on, you learn to hold on. You learn to appreciate. appreciate the finer things in life. The finest. If I had a choice, I'd always choose love. Up or down, good or bad, I don't mind, just as long as it's real. My friends say I'm lucky, lucky, lucky to have found someone as good as you. My love's understanding, understanding how to hold on to you. After all that we've been through, time won't change the way I feel about you. Out of all the loves before, you're the finest I've ever known, finest I ever. If I had to choose, I'd be by myself. I wanna be in love, but with nobody else. Time flies when you're with me, go so slow whenever you're away. Made up my mind and I'm positive a better love will never come my way. After all that we've been through, time won't change the way I feel about you. Out of all the loves before, you're the finest I've ever known, finest I ever. After all that we've been through, time won't change the way I feel about you. Out of all the loves before, you're the finest I've ever known, finest I ever. No, keep me in love, keep me in love. I know, just call me uncle. No other love before could do what you do. A little, so much more from you. No one else will do. There's no substitute. Your love's the finest love I've ever known. Baby, you're the finest I see. Oh, baby, you're the finest one for me. After all that we've been through, time won't change the way I feel about you. Out of all the loves before, the finest love, you're the finest I've ever known, finest I ever. After all that we've been through, time won't change the way I feel about you. Out of all the loves I had before, you're the finest I've ever known, finest I ever.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Ax Marie with Misty Buchanan in the building. And this is Shanika Marie. Listen, this has been such a great podcast today. So enlightening just because, as we grow And as we talk about things, you know, we learn a lot from each other and from ourselves. I don't know if you guys ever notice that when you talk to certain people, it helps to transition you into a deeper space. Because sometimes all you need is someone to listen.
Yes.
Especially if it's a person that's positive, and especially if the person is coming from a place of integrity, you can really shift and move some things within yourself. And if that person actually give good advice,
That's always a plus.
yes, that's always great. And so on this Tantalizing Tuesdays, I hope that something we have said have, you know, shift and move you. Hopefully you can get out and go walking. Hopefully you can go meditate. But during this time, still 70% of us is in the house. I think read some books. And I think we said that before. And when we're talking about the protests, you know, with, you know, George Floyd and the others that had transitioned, Breonna Taylor, we really have to understand what we are fighting for. Just having a knowledge of who really came before us and what they stood for. So not only are you looking at social media, but you are engulfing yourself in knowledge, you know, that you can pass down to your children, that you can speak about boldly if you decide to speak on social media about the social injustice, about us being a certain kind of way for 100 years or 200 years, and a negative impact that they've had, and even a positive impact they've had too, because I think this has allowed us to have more self-love. I think like when a young man was up here, he said he never really looked at the social injustice before this event.
Right.
He never looked at it like he looked at it before when he was saying that he was at a memorial. We had something here in Lewisburg, and he was saying that for 8 minutes and change, the time that the officer had his neck on his foot on his neck, you know, they were silent, and you just heard sobbing in the audience. That really resonated and changed something within him. Yeah, and so I think that energy is almost across the world. So it's definitely a time of renewal.
Yes, it is.
And it's a time of reflection. And it's eye-opening to some degree, and some degree it's not. I think it's a regeneration. A resurgence of what, you know, Rodney King was so long ago. And I think this time, I think some real change, you know, what happened, even if it don't happen in the powers to be, it's going to shift
within us
as a people, you know, to understand that, number one, we can't stick together. 'Cause we were sticking together. I mean, we was going to jail. We were sticking together.
Yes.
Okay. You know, we were out there in the droves, and we still are. And we are supporting each other. You know, we're setting aside differences. And I think that that's phenomenal.
Yep.
So what is the thing that you have seen that have said, like,
that has impressed me?
Yeah. Like, that's all right. Like,
I like how, you know, when I'm on social media and people are creating these groups, like the Black Coalition and, you know, the groups to support Black businesses. You know, people are saying, drop your tag name, drop your business down so we can support you. So now people are supporting Black businesses more than they were before. And
that's that shift in itself.
Right. And then how more people of color, I'm thinking more people of color are starting their own businesses. You know, it's almost like they're taking it back to how it used to be, even before our time.
Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street with the Black grocery store. I wish I can remember the grocery store, the Black lady who is opening up her own grocery store. And then I saw on Facebook where a Black couple did the ribbon cutting for their gas station, the BP gas station. So if it wasn't already being done, it's being done now. Or if it wasn't already known, we are more aware of these businesses
and more open to
that
support
are
them.
out there, because we have to support each other. And I'm big on that. I'm big on supporting small businesses even before all of this happened.
Absolutely.
I used to do I don't know if you know, but I used to do Support a Small Business
I
Friday.
remember.
And it's something in my spirit said do that. And I did it consistently for a week or two, and I don't know how much it helped, but I did my part, because you have to support small businesses. You have to support your brothers and your sisters.
Yes, I agree.
If it's nothing but if I'm selling a product, which I sell products, if you don't want to purchase from me, whether you feel like you can't afford to do it, or you need to know more information about it, then share what I do with someone else who may want to.
Right. Because they may need this product.
Exactly. And I am happy that that's something I've always done. I share information, whether I am supporting you or I am sharing what you're doing, because I love entrepreneurship. So if I see someone doing that, starting their own business, or they have their own business, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna tell people about it. That's just how I am, because I admire that.
Yeah, because it's a different type of energy that goes along with having your own business.
Yes.
And it is, you have to have a different type of mindset. Different type of mindset. I mean, even when I was preparing for the podcast today, I went to bed about 2:30. Right, I was looking up stuff. I was doing stuff on the internet. I was finished doing some recent touches on my book, and I got right back up at 7:30. I said, "Well, I'm just gonna look at this chapter for a minute." I didn't go back to sleep. I haven't been back asleep because the type of drive that it takes to put forth the effort to make things happen.
Right.
Like, no one's going to do that for you. You have to get it done, especially when you see a means to an end.
Right.
Especially when something greater is pushing you. Especially when you've been told so many times, like, you don't have a choice but to transition into something higher and something better. Like,
And you have to support your family.
yes, come on now. We gotta eat now. We gotta eat.
Yeah.
My kids like crabs and shrimp. So I'm like, wait a minute. Mom, it's only me. Wait a minute. What's the movie you put in on this, man?
Right.
Like, what you put in? No, but you're absolutely right. We have to actually, stay diligent. Stay diligent.
Don't let this be a passing phase. Let it continue. Let's continue to support each other. Let's continue to love each other.
Oh, wow. I like that. Let us continue to love each other. Right. And, and that's kind of with the poem I have for today. And I haven't been doing my poems because the show's been a little different. And so, when you recognize something is good, you want to keep it, to taste it, to look at it, touch it, love it. But when it turns bad, we want to throw it away, ignore it, act like it never happened, hate it. But all things allow you to grow. All things help you love you more, help you love others more. Help you turn to the essence of who you really are, which is love.
Great.
Which is love. And so as I read that, how does that make you feel, sis?
It makes me feel encouraged.
Okay.
It makes me feel encouraged.
Okay. And during this time, I think it's important that we recognize what love is. If we are loving our neighbors, if we're loving the families of the people that has transitioned from COVID or, you know, from racism, I think it's important that we respond with love. And even when people are not responding in love, we still need to respond in love.
Right.
Because number one, we're teaching them how to act. Whether we know whether we know it or not, we're teaching them the proper footsteps to take toward their health and their wellness of who they really supposed to be.
Right.
Because if somebody continue to be nice, they're either gonna go away, amen, or they're gonna change.
Right.
And both of them are tremendous catalysts for you.
Right.
Because they're going to get out my space or they're going to treat me the way I need to. And that's with the police. And that's why it's good to have the phones there.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's good with even the COVID, like respect my space. And like the woman said with the baby, like you're too close, you know, and it's okay to say how you feel. But listen, guys, we're going to have to get out of here. And we love you. And it's been interesting. What do you want to tell the people today, sis?
Continue to be great, do great things, and be encouraged.
I like to be encouraged.
Because this is definitely not the end. It can be your beginning.
Ooh. Yes. And so within that, y'all let's take a deep breath. For the beginning, for love, for standing in your power, for loving on yourself, for stepping into your purpose, for stepping into your dreams, for just allowing this time to be a transformational time, either through your mindset, your physical, your spiritual, your emotional body.
Yes.
Yes. This is 72.9 The Voice. This is Ax Marie and Divinely Misty on Instagram. On Mr. Buchanan in the building. The Chronicles of Chocolate Syrup will be healing your mind, your body, and your soul. Y'all have a beautiful, wonderful night. I love you. Peace.